Well, hello, it is Anthony here with you again. For everyone checking out Super Hairpieces online right now, we have another quick video for you here where we are going to chat about my current hairpiece and talk about my next one. We're going to spend some time, actually go through the Super Hairpieces website and show you how absolutely easy it is to order hairpieces and everything you need to go along with it, you know, the accessories, the products, etc., etc. So a little background on me. I am on my second hairpiece right now, and that is the one I am wearing as we speak. It was a great experience heading down to Super Hairpieces in Toronto to have them install this hairpiece, answer all the questions. It was a ton of fun. They are such a great crew and something that was super, super cool. So this piece has now been on my head for about 2.5 months, which is sort of like mid to late lifespan. It's definitely getting towards the end. You start to notice the hair coming through the lace underneath. Obviously, it starts to shed, and as much as you try to maintain it, that's just kind of how it works. And that's all good because we are going to be looking at a new hairpiece today. So my first hairpiece ever was French lace. I do sweat a lot. I go to the gym a lot, so lace was important to me. This one I'm wearing right now is Swiss lace, which is it's very similar to French lace. Really comes down to preference. I don't notice a huge difference. You know, Swiss lace tends to have less density, which is something I actually preferred about this hairpiece. The first time I put on that French lace, I want to say it was 110 or 120%, and it was just like, boom! It was just super dense, super thick, and it took a bit of time to get used to. When I first put on this one, I didn't have that sort of intense reaction off the gate. And being in my 40s, this one was density-wise more age-appropriate, and I'm loving it. I do want to be looking for my next hairpiece, and that is what we're going to do right now. We're actually going to jump over to the Super Hairpieces website right here. There we go. I'm going to go with European hair. Yeah. The first two I've worn are both Indian Remy hair, super soft, super awesome. But you know what? I'm here to try different things and see what suits me because I will likely be wearing hairpieces for a long, long time. And I'm going to be looking at a solution with European hair. So we're going to jump into hair systems here. The one I'm currently wearing is the M115, which is Swiss lace. It's a good hairpiece. If you're looking for a solution like that, I certainly recommend it. However, the one I am going to be looking at today is M118, and the EU, that stands for European hair, right? So we're going to click on that right now. Now, this is what's great about the Super Hairpieces website. Every little piece of information is here for you, right? So you got sort of breakdown of everything right here when it comes to this hair system. In this case, it is Swiss lace, so we're going to be using Swiss lace again. Now, the difference between the one I'm wearing and this one here is it has this clear poly on the back. And it's not something I've used before, but something I definitely want to try because, you know, taping it yourself can sometimes be a little bit challenging. And I know for a fact that when you put this poly on the back, it's going to make things, honestly, a lot easier. And when you're doing it yourself and you're taking it off and installing it every, you know, for me, it's every 10 to 14 days, I would say on average, having that ease of use just makes it that much better. So again, not something I've actually done before, but I imagine installation is easier with the clear poly. So I'm excited to try that. 100% density, which is what I'm looking for. That's good and age appropriate. 115% on the top crown area. That's cool. Short to medium durability. And as I said, European hair, which it says here is soft, fine, and naturally wavy or straight. I haven't worn a European hairpiece yet, and I am excited to try it. You got your description here, all that. A couple pieces of information here which are important. One thing you definitely want to look at is the contour, because I'm going to be buying some tape today as well. And the contour shape is important when it comes to buying pre-cut tape. And pre-cut tape is awesome. It kind of makes installing easier as well. A couple more sections here. The features, you know, what kind of, you know, if you can use tape, if you can clip it on, the hairline, the review, whether you can use glue or not, etc., etc. It's great. So the interesting thing about this hairpiece is it comes from European hair, and they actually have a little disclaimer here. I understand that European hair for this hairpiece is cut from European women's hair braid, which usually comes from warm red base tone. And this base tone might not easily lift away or cover up. That's if you want to dye your hair, I guess, after the fact. Color-wise, what I've gone in the past, the one I'm wearing right now is an E2, which is a very dark brown. I'm curious to see how different it will be with this base tone warm red. The one I'm wearing now is actually a little bit darker, most likely, but that's okay. You know what? It's all a process, and we're gonna try this out. I'm not overly worried about being too light or too red or whatever the case is. I think it looks natural when you have a little bit darker and a little bit lighter on top. That's just, you know, because the top gets all the sunshine and stuff like that. So I'm curious. I'm interested to try it. I'm not that worried about it. I think it's going to be super cool. And I mean, I have a European background, so European hair kind of makes sense. You have option to buy one time or subscribe. Quantity 1, we'll leave it at that. Now, this is something I'm going to do for the first time as well. And I'm going to get them to pre-cut it. Lots of great options here when it comes to that. Of course, when you use these options, it's a final sale, which of course makes sense. Last time I was at Superhairpieces in their fine location in Toronto, she actually did a measurement of my head, so I know exactly what my size is, and it is 6 by 8.5. So we're going to go with that. I'm actually not going to include a haircut. As far as additional final sale service, I am going to click on completely trim off empty lace because why not? Of course, it's super easy to do. Every new hairpiece comes with like a thin piece of lace at the front that you have to just cut off. But you know what? I'll have the fine folks at Superhairpieces cut it off for me. Pre-tape, that's interesting. I mean, I have no idea how that works. I'm assuming they tape it and then you just peel off the backing and stick it on your head. I could try it, but I think every time I tape my hairpiece on is more practice for me, so I'll just leave that at none for now. So those additional services cost $17. Honestly, the time and effort it saves for you to cut the hairpiece to the shape of your head, et cetera, super worth it, in my opinion. And then after that, it's easy peasy, add to cart, and we're rocking and rolling. Before we go to the cart, we're going to talk about supplies. Now, I mentioned the hairpiece tape, which is what I use to attach mine on. Now, there's different options. These pre-cut tapes are the best, honestly. And as you noticed, and as I talked about a few minutes ago, the contour was CC. So I'm going to type in contour CC here. And you'll see there's a bunch of options. And I am going to go with the Walker Tape Blue Liner Lace Front Tape because this new system has a lace front, so you want to make sure you're using that. I mean, tons of other options here, but I'm going to go with the Walker Tape. So we're going to click on Buying Options, $9, pack of 36. Honestly, that lasts a long time. I mean, 36 pieces, you're probably going to use one every time you stick it on. So yeah. That's going to last a long time. So we'll go ahead and add that to cart. So I'm going to add some A contour tape as well. We'll click on the A shape and add that to cart. Now, the other very important supply is the C22 solvent. I actually ran out, but this solvent's super important when it comes to taking the tape off your hairpiece and also taking the tape and residue off your scalp. So we're going to just click on this guy here, C22 solvent, 12 ounces, and we're going to add that to the cart as well. And as I said, you know, tons of supplies on here. Hairpiece tape. You got your glue, your solvent, your cleaner. One of the things I actually want to purchase as well is knot sealant. This stuff right here. So with the Swiss system, the one thing I've noticed on my first two systems is that over time, so after about a month and a half, 2 months, the as much as I try to avoid it by only letting water run from the lace side through, hair starts to come through. And that's just what happens when you're pulling off your hair system and you got your tape on there and everything else. Hair starts to come through the bottom of the lace. It's not the end of the world, but it does make attaching tape to the bottom a little harder because you want that tape sealing directly to the lace and not to the hair that's kind of like coming out the bottom of the lace. So this is what the solution is from what I've heard. I never used it, but I think it's certainly worth trying. So we're gonna throw on a container here of Top Lot Knot Sealer. And I think that's gonna help a lot, especially with this piece with lace all in the front. So we're gonna add that to the cart as well, and that we're good to go. So I am very excited to try out this new European hair system. I think it's going to be super cool. And of course, as soon as I get it, I'm going to do a little unboxing as it were. And after I put it on, we're going to talk about that as well. And I can really sort of talk about the difference now that I've had these two Indian Remy hair systems, talk about the difference between that and the European hair systems, and you know, have an idea on how I want to move forward. Again, superhairpieces.ca. They have everything you could possibly ever need when it comes to hair systems, and I recommend you checking it out right now. It's been a blast. Next time I see you, I'll probably have that European hair on. We'll hope it works out. Bye-bye. Cheers.